I've grown up as an athlete since then, so hopefully I don't do that in the final.
Well, I feel like that still might happen as you get into those big international races over in Europe. So you might find a good bit of practice do you good when you get over there. But you can see on the list here, the start list for the next race on the track, the women's under 14, 1,500 metres. Imogen Stewart, Lacey Quigley, Amy Bunnage, Jessica Berg, Megan Dixon, Chloe Randall, Sailor Donnelly, Star Scott, Hayley Dean, Tiana Lang, and just flicking over to the other side there, Monique Goldsworthy, Maria Wanecki, Noelle Shitty, Bridget Morrissey, Kiera Moore, Matilda Strugnall, Stephanie Torley, Georgia Arcus, Molly Cook, and Sophie Grodzic. And Jessica Freight.
Yep.
21.
21. Big pack. Now, in this field, we've got Marie Wanecki. Now, you remember her from her 800-metre effort, where she came storming down the home straight from probably 20-25 metres back to get the win on the line in a dip.
Yeah, there's Wanecki there in the middle of the field. And Imogen Stewart, she actually won the 3K. She went up a couple of ages, and I think she won the under 16 or under 15 3K. So
there you go. Here they are meeting in the middle. The 800 runner coming up, the 3K runner coming down. So this is going to be exciting, I reckon.
So, Matt, you did also qualify for the 5K over at the World Junior Championships. Do you see yourself being maybe eventually going up there, or right now you feel happy in the 1,500?
I think while I'm young, I've got a bit of speed in my legs, so I'll keep going with the 1,500. But as I get older, I'll definitely move up to 5K. As I learned at the World Cross Country Trials, I just need a bit more strength. So until then, I'll be a 1,500 runner.
And being so young, why not just try I wouldn't say easier, but it's probably more of a blue ribbon event at the moment, the 1,500?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it gets more attention here in Australia, so I'm enjoying it.
It's going to be a pretty cracking final.
Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but was there ever a point that you were a triathlete? Did triathlon...
No.
Was that it? No, there wasn't? There you go.
I can't
completely wrong
to save my life.
There you go. So forget I even asked that.
Maybe more of a duathlon.
I have a feeling there was a distance runner. Because sometimes we do. We lose athletes to triathlon. It's one of those sports that obviously running's involved. So we have these athletes that get taken away. The other one is duathlon, where they ride a bike and run. They don't have to swim. So if you can't swim, you go to duathlon. Yeah. Apparently.
No, when I was a junior, like really young junior, the 3K was dominated by triathletes. A guy named Calvin Quirk, when I was like 14, ran, 8:50 or something like that. I ran a minute slower.
But where is he now and where are you now? That's all we need to know.
Exactly.
As you see this big field of 23 athletes, the girls under 14 1,500 metre final. And the South Australians shooting straight to the front, and that's Imogen Stewart with a number 1 on her hip. And she'll tuck in. Obviously no heats for these girls, so just giving them one big run. And 23 in a field. I don't think if we had 23 athletes in the men's open, I think there'd be a lot of elbows thrown.
Yeah, 57 of us all up on the start list, so I'm glad they split us into 4 heats.
And at least, obviously first 4, next 4 fastest, you guys went through only just the other night, but semi-finals, I'm sure that would have made a tough program if they did put semi-finals on.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would have favoured probably more of the MTC guys. So to make it more interesting, they cut out the semi-final, and I think that's going to make for a good final.
Hopefully make for a fast final. You probably don't, if you got some special tactics, you don't have to share them now, but obviously the gold is what you want to achieve.
Yeah, so it's my first Open Nationals. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, but like always, I'll try and win. I'll put myself in the best possible position and push it to Grego.
Yeah, now, talk us through some tactics. Hopefully Grego's not listening right now, but when it comes down to it, I'm assuming it's probably going to come down to possibly the last 400 metres or 300 metres in a bit of a tussle and a sprint finish between you two and obviously a couple of other athletes. What's going to be your game plan going into that point? Are you going to maybe try and get the jump on him and go first?
With Grego, I've been given the tip at Nitro. I'll tell you what I did at Nitro. I'll change it tomorrow night, but I had to go from about 800 out, start putting the pressure on him, because if he's with you with 200 to go, it's game over. He's too strong for anyone in Australia. So all you have to do is run his legs off, and that's easier said than done because he's so fit. So all you have to do is push the pace every 100 metre, increase the pace from like at least 800 out. So yeah, it's harder.
So what sort of time do you think it's going to take to win that and obviously beat Ryan?
I'm not too sure what time he's run, like 3:30 or whatever it is, but it won't be run that fast. Maybe I reckon you'll need to be in 3:38 form at least to be near Gregson.
So there's only a few of you actually in the field that can then run that fast anyway. So it's definitely going to be a race just for a few athletes at the top if the pace is on. Obviously, if it's a slow race, then you've got people like Philo Saunders, who the oldest man in the field. But
18th Nationals, I think it was.
Yeah, but because his heat was so slow, he's got a great kick on him, and athletes like that can surprise you.
Yeah, you always got to look out for athletes like that. And he was in my heat, and I was on the back straight looking up at the screen and saw him on my tail, and I thought, oh, better get moving.
So if you maybe think, well, the tactics obviously will be fluid, they'll change as the race goes on, but if we push the pace, could get out to that. If we get near that 3:36 flat, we could see the winner almost booking himself straight away a ticket to London.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's ideal.
So what would be the goal, obviously, after these national championships? Heavy base of training again, or maybe head overseas?
I'll be in Melbourne for a week before heading over to Laguna, where I'll catch up with all the other MTC boys, and we'll probably get into a bit of base, and I'll have two races over there. Yeah, hopefully all goes well, and maybe get a qualifier if I'm lucky.
That'd be nice to get a qualifier. As we see in the under-14 girls, 200 metres left, and that's Imogen Stewart. She won the above age 3,000 metres earlier, and she's got a big, strong lead as she enters the bend for the final time. Getting chased down by, look like, Chloe Randall from Queensland and fellow New South Wales athlete. But it's Imogen Stewart with a big lead, the 3,000 metre specialist. Too strong for the rest of the field, and she's opening up this gap further and further apart. New South Wales athlete, looks like Lacey Quigley, just moving up into second place, but it's Imogen Stewart taking the gold medal. Lacey Quigley and Chloe Randall. And Winnecke there just in fourth place. And it looks like Tamsin is down there with your Australian national champion in high jump. It looks like Joel Baden.
I am down here with Joel now. I had to go in and get them from underneath. I tried to get Nick Boyett, who was also second, but they got a bit camera shy, the high jumpers. Now, Joel, not wrapped with the height, but happy with the gold medal?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess my goal was trying to go to the qualifier or something like that, but I can't complain too much. Like, getting gold is always good, but still a little bit disappointed. So,
I mean, it's been a pretty tough campaign for the men's high jumpers. You came out in qualifying, and I don't think I've ever seen worse high jumping conditions. Have you jumped in anything worse than what you had to qualify in?
That was probably among the worst conditions I've ever competed in. Yeah, for sure. But I guess it was kind of good to know that, like, I mean, everyone's competing in the same conditions.